I am surrounded by bees right now. Good morning, Maryland. Heading into, I don't know if we're downtown Baltimore, but getting closer to Baltimore. Left the bus at the house. We're just going out here for the day. Gonna go to a bee apiary, and I'm pretty excited about that. You pretty excited about that, Beauty? Yeah. What about this, guys? We have not seen, you are? We have not seen bees on this tour yet. You guys excited?
Honey by a honeybee.
You wanna get honey by a honeybee? That'd be fun. Lily?
Honeybee too.
You wanna get a honeybee too?
Yeah.
Yes, we are very excited about this. I would love nothing more than these kids to fall in love with bees like Lily has fallen in love with the ladybug. Because certainly, we gotta get us some bees. So I know nothing about it. Today we're gonna change that.
I like ladybugs.
You like ladybugs?
Yeah. I like ladybugs above they tickle up.
Yeah, they tickle you.
They do.
Look at this beautiful neighborhood, guys. This must be it. All right, guys, we're there. Come on. I'm starting to notice a trend here. Have you seen the kind of places we're going? That's how we can find, oh, is this the person that's on the farm tour? The way we can know is their front yard is a beautiful garden. Oh wow, there's the bees, guys.
I feel here. I feel honey.
You see them on the flowers?
Yeah, I feel them on a honey.
Hey there.
Greetings.
How are you?
Oh, doing all right, and yourself?
Good, yes, I'm Justin.
Justin, good to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Rebecca.
Nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Bill.
Okay,
That's awesome. Thanks for stopping by, you guys.
Thanks for inviting us.
And you're our your bee apiary star.
This is, I'm the Baltimore urban beekeeper. And as you can see over here to your left, there's some prime examples.
Well, it's nice just to be walking through your yard and see bees.
Yeah. Well, this used to be all grass, and as soon as we moved in, I basically got went and rented a sod cutter and cut all the sod out and started rolling it up. And this is actually a historic neighborhood.
Oh.
So technically speaking, the yards are all supposed to sort of look alike.
How'd you
And
get
I
away
was
with
not
it?
going to have grass. And so once I started rolling it up and I actually started pitching it down the hill, the looky-loos came and said, "You can't do that. This is a historic neighborhood. You're supposed to have grass." I said, "Sorry, it's already gone." And so now it's just flowers, and we have tomatoes and cucumbers and bell peppers and, you know, just all kinds of stuff. Kale, blueberries all up in front. We got some more blueberry plants back here. So yeah, every year the yard is just packed full of vegetables and flowers. People stop and, "Hey, what's going on over here? What are you growing?" And it's just awesome.
Good. It looks wonderful.
When the neighbors came and said, "Hey, you can't have this ornamental and vegetable garden out here," we said, "Well, wait a second. We're actually being more historically correct, because in '37 they would have said
victory gardens.
They were promoting victory gardens with every bit of land that you have." So
one of the cops came and he actually said, "Are these all bird houses?" I said, "No, these are all beehives." He goes, "Man, this is probably one of the most well-protected houses in all of Baltimore." Got bees at the front, bees in the back.
For the protection, huh?
Yeah.
Not gonna have any robbers.
So anyways, that's them right there. I was going to try and get those things out of here this season. They got so big so fast. I'd have to have two strong people in order to get those things out of here at this point. So they're staying. Here you go, buddy.
Hey, look, he's got a gift for you guys.
That's a bee balloon just for you. You want a bee balloon?
Yeah.
Say thank you.
awesome, thank you guys.
You guys have seen this beautiful yard. This is Bill Castro from the beefriendlyapiary.com.
Correct.
So Bill, come here, let's go up to the front yard. Guys, you gotta see this. We've seen jammed out front yards. That's different, but it's nothing new on this tour. What is different and new on this tour are these bees. He's got honeybees on his front porch. Are you insane?
Front
what
porch,
do you got bees
back
on your front porch for?
They're here to pollinate and to remind me that nature is what matters.
For those who don't know, I mean, we've heard that the bee populations are going down. We talked a little bit about that. But why in the world should somebody care? What are the honeybees doing? What other bees doing?
Well, the honeybees are actually showing us that there is a problem, and it's hard to pinpoint what the exact problem is.
Okay.
But it's one problem in particular is the amount of pesticides that's used in the environment, not only just on farms and in the environment in general, but especially in our yards. We spray an enormous amount of pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides on our yards, especially lawn care is a huge place for it. And then there is a fourth problem, which is actually mosquito spraying. Mosquito spraying, especially for the Zika virus, is becoming a real serious problem. But again, here in Maryland, we're experiencing about 60% losses on our managed pollinators, which means every year 60% of all the beehives basically die out for one reason or another.
If bees are dying, what is their role in food production and anything else?
90% of all the flowering plants basically on the planet require bees in order for them to proliferate and propagate themselves. So especially when it comes to crops, they say that 1 in 3 bites of food depends on pollination. So if we don't have honeybees, mason bees, all the native bees, bumblebees, if these bees suddenly were to just almost essentially virtually disappear, we'd have a serious problem with crops like apples and peaches, blueberries, the very foods that we actually enjoy and depend on in order to keep ourselves healthy. The bees are telling us a story. It's just a matter of whether or not we listen, we pay attention and decide that we need to change our behaviors in order to make our environments and especially even make our yards a pollinator sanctuary, a place where we value them so much that we're not willing to spray anything anymore. And just because it's sold doesn't mean that it's safe. For me, it's a love affair that I've been doing this since I was about 8 years old, and I just couldn't imagine not having honeybees for the rest of my life.
So look, let's show the people. There's a blueberry bush.
Blueberries, yep.
Those aren't going to happen without bees.
That's correct.
So tell us how it goes. These are starting to grow, and then what the bee comes along when, and what do they do?
Once the plant flowers, the bee has to come in and essentially the plant produces nectar to attract the pollinator. The pollinator comes in to the flower to basically drink the nectar. And inadvertently, the pollinator then picks up a small amount of pollen, and as they travel from flower to flower, they are transferring pollen between flowers, and that is basically cross-pollinating, and that is what basically ends up forming the blueberries or the apples or whatever the crop happens to be that is dependent on the pollinator to do its work.
Just to emphasize then, these fruits, they were first a flower.
Correct.
And then they needed the pollination for this to happen. These were pollinated, right? That's
correct.
Oh my gosh.
It's as simple as that. Without pollinators, we wouldn't. That bush would just be leaves, and there would be no fruit on it. But that also goes for again all the fruiting crops, generally speaking, all require some amount of pollination.
So have you planted this beautiful yard with things for the bees, or for you, or both?
It's basically for both. It doesn't look much of anything right now, but we usually pull at least about somewhere close to about 150 pounds of vegetables out of here. And that's anything between tomatoes and cucumbers. We love eating eggplants. Of course, we've got the blueberry bushes here, kale. We've got usually these pots are all filled with herbs of all shapes and sorts. These are all pollinator plants.
You got bees everywhere. You got bees on your back porch. You got bees up there. Can we go see that?
Sure. We can look back here too. I've got some. Here's the chickens right here.
Nice.
This is actually a utility easement here.
Okay.
Which is 100% unused by anyone. When we first moved in, it was actually a cliff. It was a jungle, almost as if it was down there. That's what was here. And I slowly but surely had cut a lot of stuff down, started terracing things off. We actually had a gigantic tulip poplar tree like this one, and I rolled all the logs up and started terracing things off a little bit, putting some pathways in. I've been planting more and more down in the bottom. This is called garlic mustard. It's essentially just a weed.
Okay.
But
did you plant that?
I did not plant it. It just for whatever reason it just sprung up
here.
here.
Did the bees like it?
I don't see too many bees on it, but the chickens love eating that stuff. As much stuff as I can pick out and throw in the chicken coop, they mow that stuff down like crazy. Some of this other stuff I was given by various people. They call it garlic
mustard.
Garlic mustard.
It's a weed.
It's a weed.
But not if you have chickens, right?
It's actually edible. You can cut this up and make your salad out of it. We've actually juiced it and it took it in that way. But we'll throw this.
Oh look, here they come running. Here they come running. There, I see you've already given them some.
Oh yeah, they've already got.
Enjoy, ladies.
They've gotten a batch here already today. They're gonna want to come out the door.
Are we gonna get stung?
I don't know, we'll see.
Okay, okay, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay, he didn't assure me very much, did he? But whatever you do, if you're on a roof and you get stung, don't do the sting dance.
Remain calm. Remain calm, this too shall pass.
There's bees everywhere.
But this is what I call the nursery right here.
Okay.
So I raise my own bees right here, produce my own queens. Almost every one of these colonies here will end up being split, meaning essentially just cut them in half and make duplicates of all the hives. And then once that's done, then I move them out of here and I take them to other bee yards around the city.
How in the world do you move these bees without getting lit up?
Well, I do wear a bee suit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But by and large, I mean, we're standing here, and granted, it is a little bit cooler, so they're not as active. But you know, bees are not by nature; they're not aggressive.
Okay.
They are a sort of a passive creature. Of course, they do sting, and people do fear that. I actually call it more of a healthy respect.
Yeah.
I have a healthy respect for these things. If you treat them in a certain way, if they're getting proper forage. Generally speaking, they're pretty somewhat docile.
Okay. So, would you walk right in there without a bee suit?
Would I? Sure. Of
yeah.
course
How close would you get? Oh my gosh, he's going in there. What? Oh my word. He's got a bee on his finger.
You can even. You can feel the heat coming out of there.
I love it.
They're foraging and raising bees.
So could I go in there, or would they pick up on my nervousness?
I'm sure you'd probably be okay.
Okay. Y'all see? I just want to know. I just want to make sure y'all see all those bees. I don't know if I can pick it up on the camera. Let's get some shots of those bees, guys. Okay, here goes. You said so, Bill. I'm going to show you, hopefully, that bees are cool. And they're just doing their thing. You just walked right in there. You just walked right in there.
Just be confident.
Okay.
They're more afraid of you than you are of them.
I am surrounded by bees right now. And it's totally cool. Ow! Just kidding.
I'm going to charge you for that bee that you just killed.
Oh no, did I step on one?
No, no. If a bee stings you, she dies.
Oh, okay. Is that the case with all bees?
Just honeybees.
Okay.
Honeybees have a barbed stinger. That's why they get stuck in your skin. A wasp, a hornet, and a bumblebee has a smooth stinger. So when they sting you, they can sting you multiple times. A bee is just once. The stinger pulls out of her body, and it pulls part of her intestines and stuff out. So she doesn't live very much longer after that. So that's why they don't. That's why they don't just go out and sting, because they realize if they all went out and stung, the whole colony would collapse and die.
So that's a huge sacrifice for one.
It's a huge sacrifice. That's right.
What a bunch of.
Just as we wouldn't want to go out and cut one of our arms off, because then, you know, it's not going to grow back anytime soon.
What a bunch of patriotic warriors there, taking one for the team. All All right, Bill's showed us his yard. He's got a ton of bees here, but if that's not enough, he's got to put bees on abandoned property. How did you get access to this thing? Are you just guerrilla beekeeping, or do you have some sort of permission?
I'm guerrilla beekeeping at this point. I would consider myself a steward of this lot.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody dumps something, I report it to the city. The city comes out and cleans it all up. But you know, this is the type of resource here in Baltimore City that, for most people, it's a total waste. But there could be up to a dozen deer that actually bed down in here. There's fox here. There's at least 2 or 3 pairs of mated owls that inhabit these trees and hunt around here. We see rabbits, massive amounts of squirrels. There's cats, all kinds of stuff. So this is almost essentially like we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're right inside of Baltimore City.
We're back at his house. Uh-oh. We're gonna get among the bees here.
Let's get serious.
You got a suit for me?
I sure do.
Okay,
no, I thought actually we'd do it without protection. how much of how nervy are you?
That'd make for a more interesting video, that's for sure.
Well, I figure you do battle with chickens, so bees would be no problem for you.
Okay, this is me. You guys think this will suit me well? How do I look?
Those are
Okay,
your
so we
gloves.
don't need to wear any pants.
You can take your pants off if you want. It might be a little awkward. That's for sure.
Okay, I'll keep my pants on. So I guess our jeans are bee-proof.
Jeans are just fine.
We are about to do an inspection. And what are we inspecting for, Bill?
We're just inspecting to give you the inside of a beehive.
Okay.
So this is one that they've been working on. And
wow.
that is all brood right there. But these girls all look really, really healthy and really nice. And in fact, we lucked out. There's the queen.
Wow.
So that's her right there.
There's only one of those in there, all these bees. Wow, I thought this was going to be a swarming mess. But this is all right.
They're, you know, the small colonies are fairly gentle. That was an easy inspection. We pulled the first frame out and there was the queen.
They only got upset there a little bit. I'm glad I have this on. Some of them were going at my eyeballs. What'd you guys think of that?
That was so cool.
Pretty cool. We got to see the queen.
Yeah. That's
We enjoyed it.
fortunate.
The first frame to come out, there was the queen. I mean, how lucky.
Yeah, that was
They knew.
fortunate.
He's giving us some honey.
Oh, wait. Be gentle.
Giving us some honey. Oh my word. All right, thank you, Bill.
You're very
Really
welcome.
appreciate what you're doing here. It's wonderful stuff. I hope you rub off on some folks here.
So glad to meet you guys.
Plant more, spray
Spray
less,
less.
and the world will be a much better place.
Amen. We are back now. Wasn't that an amazing visit? I just love what Bill is doing for the bees, for food production. Absolutely had a wonderful time there. Tomorrow we leave. We're gonna drive through Delaware and then at our stop in New Jersey. So we're hoping all will go well and hopefully we'll find something to see in Delaware. And then we're gonna stay at a campground in New Jersey. I think the next day we're gonna do Digger USA for these kids so that they can actually run dirt movers. It's something they're looking forward to. Gonna take some time for the chidlers. It's gonna be good. I'm here editing this vlog and it's difficult for me because this movie is already like 20 minutes long, but it could have been 35 minutes long. I mean, when we were out there opening up that hive, we were talking about how to inspect a hive. Now, I have an audience that ranges from 2 years old to 85 years old, and they're all watching it together. Little kids, mom and dad, and grandma. So I want to keep everybody's attention and give you great info, but keep everybody involved and excited. So what do I do when there's more information? That's why I think I'm creating this membership area. I'm gonna go ahead and get that info packed, how-to packed video and put that in my membership area that's coming out soon, May, okay? I think that's a good medium. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated on that, and for sure I'll let you know when that comes out. Thank you. Stay tuned.